Welcome to episode number 4.5 of season 2 of a sports podcast with Ricky and Ian. And today, if you're watching on YouTube, you can already tell, or if you read the title, you can already tell, special guest, the one, the only, William Bridges. Well, buddy, Ricky, buddy, how we doing, guys?
That was an unnecessarily dramatic intro. That was more like a John Cena intro than a Will intro, but that's fine.
Actually, Ricky, fun fact, if you did not know, John Cena is back in the WWE.
You know, that's what I have to say right there. That's about how much I care. Perfect. Awesome.
And for the folks that are listening, you can't see him.
What? Oh,
like
I get
John Cena. You can't see me.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what Ricky just did.
Oh my god.
I was given a thumbs up. I'll give a color commentary of it. Will, good to have you on, man.
Yeah,
Will. You've been our longest and most loyal listener. I think it's time to reward you with an appearance.
Love doing this. It's probably one of my favorite things. Tuesdays are my favorite. I'm out with podcast, hit the gym, listen to this on repeat for an hour, for 3 hours, and listen to it twice.
Listen, really?
Yeah, I do.
You listened to it twice. Yo,
Yeah.
you are literally. Wow.
Well, usually during the off season, I'm usually in the gym for 2 to 3 hours, and so depending on how long the podcast is, how long I'm in the gym.
Well, you got to be lying.
Which I was.
I hope you are too. I mean, hello, Will. Come on now.
Wow.
Listen to it twice.
I respect it. I definitely respect it.
Yeah, thank you, Will. I appreciate it.
It makes the time go by quicker in the gym, and also I get to listen to some of the best sports info.
I'm glad. I'm happy that it helps you. Makes the time go by fast, like you said. And
oh yeah.
It probably beats music some days.
Oh yeah, for sure. So. Especially with working out at Presque Island Convention Center now. There's not very many respectful people there, so they bring a speaker and they play it as loud as they want.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
have some gym etiquette, people.
Yeah, really. Jeez. Yo, Echo, Will.
Will.
Plug your headphones in, Will. Plug them in tighter. Anyway.
Well,
Ian, what do you got first here for lined up for today?
Chris Sale is back.
He is. He had a decent performance. Only how many innings did he throw? Just 5 innings.
5, probably like 8 Ks.
Yeah. Yep. He threw close to 90 pitches. But merely made only 2 real mistakes. Just 2 home runs.
Back to back, right?
They were. Yep. Other than that, though, looked a lot like his old self. It was the same energy back, and the energy came back to the building when Chris Sale took them out.
Oh, for sure. Standing ovations like every inning, almost. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
For walk out to the mound, standing ovation.
As I heard, Eckersley was saying, you could feel he's a special type of pitcher that the crowd's cheering, anticipating a strikeout. When they get 2 strikes on a guy and you know he has them, the crowd's really into it.
Exactly. Not many Red Sox pitchers really. You don't really expect too much of that right now.
Not now.
But Sale.
Sale
is back. And Kyle Schwarber. Makes his debut.
Like I said on the last episode when the Red Sox were struggling, just need a little change, little energy, change in the momentum and the mood. And I think those 2 pieces are ones we named, and looks like it's changed the mood so far.
They swept the Orioles. Sale and Schwarber came back. Well, Schwarber came for the first time. Sale came back, and they sweep the Orioles. And Schwarber is like, he can swing it wicked good, and he's very disciplined at the plate.
He had 2 doubles. I saw that.
Mhm.
Back-to-back doubles, didn't he?
Yep.
So a great debut, right? Wasn't Sunday his first game?
Hmm.
Was Sunday his first game?
I think Friday maybe might have been.
Oh,
Friday or
really? It was a whole
Saturday.
series? I thought it was just Sunday.
I know
Anyway,
he had a day off for sure in there.
been good to see him.
Yeah. Good to see Schwarber, the guy we acquired at the deadline. Finally.
And I will say, though, right now, though, we might not have to worry about filling the first base spot as much because Bobby Dahlbeck has been turning it on lately, hasn't he?
He heated up.
2 home runs on Sunday.
Yeah. August
Hitting the
came
ball
around
hard.
and he's like, hello, Bobby Dahlbeck's here.
All of a sudden.
August is Dahlbeck's month.
It's good. I'm glad.
Wasn't he called up around August last year when he was like
Was he
on a
called
tear?
up last year? Was he called up last year?
He was called up last year and he was just hitting home runs left and right. It might have been in August too. Maybe
Really?
August is just his month.
Huh. I wasn't even paying attention last year, so
No.
yeah.
No. I mean, don't pitch to Bobby Dahlbeck if it's August because he turns into Barry Bonds once August rolls around. Am I right,
Good
Will?
to see it. We have
Sure.
Will. We do have him. Okay.
Just had to.
Thought we had lost. I thought it had been another Dakota thing where Dakota had a terrible internet
Oh
connection.
no, that's
Yeah.
not a good episode. It's rough.
Wow, Will, I'm really offended actually by that.
Hey.
We allow you on a podcast.
That was a rough episode for.
If you had to
Dakota.
pick a worst episode, that would be up there. I would say just simply because of Dakota's internet connection.
Yeah, kind of
But-
made it funny though too. At
It
some point,
did.
he was
It
typing in the
did.
chat
Yeah.
instead of talking.
What's gonna make this episode better is my headset because throwing it around makes it have an echo sometimes. So that's what you guys heard at the very beginning.
Yeah,
Well, it seems to be
So-
fine now though. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Might happen.
we'll let you
Anyway.
know if it does. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Anyway,
Fine.
anything further in the world of MLB we should talk about, Ian?
It's a pretty boring part of the MLB season usually, so I honestly, not really. Can't you agree with that, Ricky?
Is it really the most boring part? I mean,
I mean,
I
what?
think of mid-May, early June sometimes is boring too.
Yeah, that
Just
could be.
as far as standings, and there's so much more to go. That
It's like the middle of the beginning of the season and the middle of the like second half of the season are the boring parts. 'Cause it's just like
Yeah.
there's not much riding on it. People are injured.
well, the Red Sox are. I mean, there's still a lot to play. What do they say? 40-something games left.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Sox are 3 games back of
Right
first
in
place.
that still.
Right in it. But if you were 3 games back in May, it would still probably seem close to the same. So
Yeah, exactly.
as far as achievability,
Um,
but
There
nothing
is-
else.
there is more to cover in the MLB. First, I want to say this: Fernando Tatis was hurt like he usually is, and now he's came back. And did you see he changed positions, Ricky?
I heard something about him going to outfield.
He's an outfielder now, supposedly.
Is he that bad at shortstop? They had to
I think it's for
put him in
injury.
the outfield.
It's for injury purposes, I believe.
So what injury? Like arm, or
I don't know. He always hurts himself, so
if it's arm, that makes no sense because you got to
No,
throw it farther.
unless
If it's legs, that makes no sense because you have to run
Yeah.
more.
but you're not in every play as much, probably. That might be it.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But maybe it's just a nice way of saying you're a bad shortstop.
it could be. It might be. And they probably also have more infielders than outfielders, so. But
Could be that.
he came back and he hit 2 home runs his first game back. Every time he's been injured this year, his first game back, he's hit a home run. Can you believe that?
Really?
That's
Huh.
like 4 times or something like that. Something weird. Or maybe that might have been going into last year. I don't know. But definitely I saw something like every game after an injury, home run for Tatis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something else interesting. Almost forgot about this.
He's the most Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, as I was saying, just wrapping up about Tatis, unless you had something else, that he's probably one of the most electrifying players in baseball nowadays, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say I could agree with that. He definitely is.
Castellanos would be up there probably.
Yeah,
but
Castellanos pretty electric. Acuna.
anyway, go ahead.
Something else that happened in the MLB. Can't believe we almost forgot to talk about this, Ricky.
What is that?
The Field of Dreams game.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will's a big fan. I can already
Yes.
tell by the look of his face. Will? Do you
I
have
wasn't. It was that I thought you were going to talk about something else.
Oh. Well, what's your opinion
Yeah.
on Did you see any of the Field of Dreams game, Will?
No, I was too busy with end of classes, summer classes. Didn't
Oh,
have
okay.
time for them.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, it doesn't take long to watch the intro. That's all I'll say. Right, Ian?
right.
Oh my lord.
Right. But I mean
Coming
that's
out-
just beautiful scenery. You know. It's a game
Iowa.
that the fact that it hasn't
I did
happened
see it on
before
Instagram,
now.
a few clips.
You did? Yeah, okay. This is probably what we're talking about then. The
Yeah.
coming out of the corn, right, Ian?
Right. Yeah.
And then all the players just meandering their way through the outfield and then shaking hands with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, beautiful.
Pretty crazy.
Beautiful. It's the fact that this is only the first year that game has happened is unbelievable.
Yeah.
There needs to be something that happens every year.
That it should become annual.
Yeah.
I mean,
one
it
of the
won't
most
be as
historic
special.
baseball movies ever.
Yeah. Yep. Iconic. I think if you think
Iconic,
baseball movie, that is up there. The Sandlot is up there. Well, maybe less so than like the
$1
Natural.
arm.
The Natural is up there. I'm
Mhm.
thinking like classic though. Is Million Dollar Arm is more of a newer movie, right?
Yeah. I would say newer, yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I've actually never seen Million Dollar Arm. Confession. And then what else did I not name? Did I say The Natural?
You
But,
did.
Yeah. Anyway, just and the way that game ended too, right?
Like, yeah, the Yankees like hit one or two home runs in like the top of the ninth or something, took a 1-run lead, and then Tim Anderson, I believe, with a 2-run home run to win it. And the Yankees came back. They were down pretty decently
were.
too.
Yeah.
And they came back and then walk off into the corn. Good night. Beautiful. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
How can you not be romantic about baseball? Am I right?
Ricky's favorite line.
My favorite quote. Favorite.
You can't?
Should have been my yearbook quote, but
Maybe should have. Looking
Probably
back,
should've.
but in the moment,
hindsight.
who knows?
Just amazing.
Slight regret, maybe.
Yeah, slight regret. Ian, you had a great yearbook quote.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you want to? I mean, shall I say it, or do you not want to say it?
I can say it unless you want to say it.
Well, it was what Kevin Millar said before Game 4 of the 04 ALCS to the cameras when the Red Sox were down 3-0.
Oh yeah.
And
Don't
it
let
is-
us win tonight. Or don't let us win today. Don't let the Red Sox win tonight.
Don't let the Sox win tonight.
Yep.
Put us to bed tonight because we got PD in Game 5, Chill in Game 6, and then anything can happen in Game 7.
And anything
Right?
happened. Anything happened.
We could have you out there with Dan Shaughnessy playing second base,
Yes. Legendary quote.
and you can
Legendary
take back that fraud comment.
And then
Anyway, that's
And
all I
then-
know from it.
what happened a few hours after that? But this right here.
Oh, you have the picture. I never noticed. I noticed you had a picture, but I never noticed that that's what that was.
That's autographed
Oh.
Dave Roberts sliding into second
It's
base.
autographed.
It's
Where'd you get that autographed?
I got that at
You-
Fenway.
You got it at Fenway for how much?
That was like probably 150.
Oh,
I also
that's
got
cool though.
a Rafael Devers signed World Series 2018 World Series ball.
Nice.
Yep.
That same game.
Yep.
Huh.
Will was there as well. I think Will got some memorabilia too. I could be wrong.
No, I
Ian-
did.
What'd you get?
Ian,
Probably wasn't worth what I spent, but
What'd you get, Will?
I got a watch. $100 for that watch.
Jeez, Will.
I don't know if it was worth 100.
I don't think you've ever worn
And
it.
then, yeah, I actually do.
Oh,
I
okay.
do wear it, surprisingly.
Okay.
And then I think I got 2 baseballs.
Signed baseballs?
They were $25 each. They weren't like.
Oh, Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
You know what I noticed now? That we both have iconic pictures right by where we sit of iconic moments from the 04 season. I have the Veritek A-Rod fight. You have the Dave Roberts steal. And
Yep.
I also have it's like a picture from an old magazine.
The bloody
Churchill
sock?
and bloody sock. So
The ketchup sock.
The ketchup. You're right. The fake.
Yeah, the fake blood sock. Because why would he do that?
Yeah, because the camera. There's cameras on him all the time. Like they would see him freaking.
Yeah, there would be video of him doing it.
Yeah.
If he did.
So stupid. I saw that sock in person when I went to Cooperstown.
Did you?
Did
it smell like ketchup?
No, it was in. It was in a display case, the Red Sox locker, and that was one of the biggest. It's a pretty long sock, actually. Did realize that.
Really?
And it's like brown now. The blood stain, but pretty cool.
That's what happens sometimes.
That happens over time.
Yeah, blood dries. It happens. It is what it is.
Anyway, that all we have to cover for the MLB? I mean...
Yeah.
Whoa.
What, Will?
What? Really not going to cover this? Am I going to have to lead this one?
What happened in the MLB, ahead. Will?
Go ahead.
Tyler Gilbert? We're not going to talk about that?
First career MLB start. Can you believe it?
Good job, Will.
Good job, Will. That's why we have Will here.
Good catch.
That's why we have Will here.
Can you tell we don't have a script prepared?
There's so much about that I saw on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Imagine
first career start with a no-hitter.
Yeah. Could you?
That's just crazy.
Imagine you come out of the bullpen for a bit, and then they say, "We're gonna let you start. All right, you're gonna start this game and see how it goes." And you say, "Okay," and you just throw a no-hitter against the Padres, I believe, which is not an easy. Yeah, which is not an easy no-hitter.
That's just crazy. I mean, it's the fourth time in MLB history, which I'm surprised it's actually that many times. Probably the other times were when the dead ball era, when some guy hopped off a train and is like, "Hey, can you pitch for us?" and then throws a no-hitter. But
I believe that's right.
Like, I believe I have that. I have that accounted correctly.
Yes.
But that's just. I mean, that's like. You know how Daniel Nava in his first major league at bat for the Red Sox, he saw grand slam.
Beautiful.
That's like that, but just multiplied because it's an entire game without allowing a hit.
Right.
And to go the distance too. To go the distance is not a common thing nowadays.
No, it's not. And then
even if you're throwing a no hitter, they're gonna take you out if you hit 100 pitches.
Exactly. Well, maybe 120 if it's a no hitter.
Well, who was it for the Red Sox this year that got taken out? After
Pivetta.
6 innings? Pivetta was at 100.
That's different, though. He's on I'm pretty sure they've got him on a pretty strict pitch count, though.
Do they?
Yeah, because he's pretty injury prone.
So this kid obviously they don't know. So, but yeah, it's still a huge accomplishment.
And then,
thank you, Will, for not forgetting that.
Thank you, Will. And then the next day, Tristan McKenzie for the Indians took a perfect game into the 8th.
Did he really?
Uh-huh. Against the Tigers. And he gave up a single with 1 out in the 8th.
Perfect game. I don't know how long it's gonna be till we're gonna finally have another one.
Was it Felix Hernandez the last one?
Yeah, 2012.
And Dallas Braden was before that, right?
Braden was in there. Burley was in there.
Oh yeah, Burley.
Matt Cain from the Giants was in there, and then the other White Sox pitcher was in there. I forget who he was. Forget his name.
I'm ready for the next one.
There's a lot that happened between 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. There was 5 that happened. Roy Halladay was in there. It was
wow.
And then since then we haven't had one.
We need another. It's about time.
We're due.
It's about time. So, talking about MLB, talk for a quick second, real quick. I know this is something. I'm pretty sure Ricky probably still enjoys this. The Little League World Series, Ricky, right? That's currently going.
The regionals just wrapped up.
Right.
And I think the Williamsport starts Thursday.
And different this year. 2 teams from each region. instead of
Correct, because no internationals teams, and they still wanted 16. So
1. Right.
Yep.
It's a pretty good opportunity for the American teams, I'd say.
yeah, I thought this was the chance for Maine to finally make it, but
But
they
they
haven't
didn't.
made. They didn't. They did not.
Nope. When's
But
the
they
last
did
time?
beat. They did beat the team that eventually
Oh,
one
wow.
of the teams. They beat New Hampshire. New Hampshire dominated their way to the 1 seed, the New England 1 seed.
Wow. Has Maine ever made it?
I think they made it one time. It was like 05 or 06.
Oh, wow.
It's like a team from Herman
Herman.
made it, and then they went. They lost both games.
Oh, so they didn't even
So
do the experience, though. It's the experience.
yeah, it's all about making it there. Once you're there, it's like
Who cares what happens?
yeah.
Exactly.
I went there once. It is truly a magical place.
It is.
It's like Disney. It's got an aura about it. You get in
Disney.
for free. You walk around. You go to all the games for free.
It's all
just kinda
free?
crazy. Yeah.
Except for food.
Concessions are not free.
No.
They are quite the opposite. They are so expensive. It's crazy. I mean, they got to pay for it somehow.
Yep, and they do it
But,
by
like,
food.
You know, the more I think about it now, it's like, man, how does Little League get away with this? They make millions on TV stuff and all the money they take in at the World Series, and they don't pay anybody. The umpires aren't paid, and you can
you're right.
tell.
Yep.
You could tell the
Yep.
umpires aren't paid. They're calling pitches 3 feet outside.
Yep.
Strikes.
Yeah.
And the coaches all volunteer their time. The
Yeah.
freaking workers in the food, they volunteer. Like
Really?
all the workers at the World Series volunteer.
Everything's
It's
just volunteer.
Everything's volunteer. It's like the freaking Little League organization's just like taking
Little League's
advantage
just
of
eating
people.
money. They're just
They are.
taking it all in for themselves. The head of there's probably like five people that run the Little League, right? Like 5 head
Probably,
guys
and it gets-
that actually get paid,
Probably.
and they're just taking it all.
They're just taking it. There's got to be like labor laws somewhere
Yeah,
about this
like,
volunteer
Give
business.
kids some money or something. Come on. They probably donate money though to like Little League organizations though.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. It's yes, yeah, and it's all for a good cause. Like it's little kids playing baseball. It's pretty wholesome at the end of the day, but makes you think.
Exactly. I mean, I don't really think there's much else to talk about with the Little League World Series right now. Maybe more next week once
Next week, yep.
once more stuff starts happening. But how about 2 Patriots rookies looked pretty good in the first preseason game on offense, the offensive side of the ball.
Mac Jones looks good. Then that running back, I don't even know his name.
Stevenson. It's like Ramaja Stevenson or something.
He might not even be there week 1, but he had a nice run.
He will be there week 1. He will.
Okay.
Sonny Michel's more likely to go than him.
Really?
Yep.
You think so?
Yep.
This is your opinion, or
This is everyone's opinion.
really? Okay, I didn't know that. Honestly, I haven't been paying much attention to NFL
I mean, he did.
rumors.
I think this one game he had deserves a spot on the team. So
Well, I mean, who else? Burkhead's not coming back, right?
no,
So they have an opening.
I'd give it to him. I mean,
They have Michelle,
Like
and they have
81-yard run or something stupid for a touchdown, and 2 touchdowns total on like 7 carries, 5 carries maybe. I don't know.
he had yeah, that's important. That's impressive.
It is. And Mac Jones went like 13 for 19, right?
Yep.
That's great.
Did he threw, and what Belichick said, man, a few words.
What did
Yeah,
Belichick say?
Well, paraphrasing, I think he was like, "Well, he played well. Still a lot of things to improve on, though."
Of course, it's Belichick
like-
there.
He's-
That's basically Belichick saying,
That's
"This
as
guy's
good
great.
Yeah.
This guy is phenomenal."
That's as good as a response as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, not much to talk about in the NFL world either. I mean,
No, it's just preseason week
preseason,
1.
nothing important yet.
We're getting there.
We are.
3 or 4 weeks should be week 1. So
Yep.
looking forward to it.
Well, I think we should transition to a different type of football here because William Bridges is a football player. Plays soccer.
Butt ball. Oh,
Yeah.
Was that dirty? I don't know. Was that a bad word? I don't know. FUTBOL. Isn't that how they spell it?
Football.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Football.
And over the
Will, buddy. Okay, Will. So, when you play soccer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you were in high school, you played soccer, right? Okay, so Will,
Yeah.
I need you to just take me and Ricky through like the state championship game, because that was something me and Ricky, and not many people listening probably. Well, it depends on who's listening. Few people probably have experienced something like that. But not many people get to experience a state championship game and even winning a state championship game. And I will say this before we get started, we'll ask you more about it later probably, but really in the game-winning goal, there was 3 key players in that, and you were one of them, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you just get started with like just that whole day or the days leading up? I mean, what were you feeling? What were you thinking?
Oh, the day leading up. Oh, I think we ended up leaving. Game was 7 o'clock, I think. Pretty sure at Hamden Academy. We ended up going to the girls' game, which was like at 3 or something, because I had a little break in between.
Mhm.
Ended up leaving like, I think it was 9 o'clock, maybe 10. And they actually gave us like a police and fire escort out of Presque Isle, sirens and everything. And the amount of people that were still there when we left were kind of amazing. There was quite a few people lined down Main Street, and we were just going by, and they were just cheering. It's a different atmosphere when you have that. It's kind of an unreal moment going through while you have a police escort, fire escort, just with sirens on and everything. It's kind of different. Almost feels like um, you actually accomplished something, even though you actually didn't even go and win the game. I'm pretty sure the last appearance we had was in maybe 2006, I think. So it was quite a while. And I think actually one of the reporters came up to us, and he actually told us that the North hasn't won in like 36 years, and so we broke a drought of the North losing to the South for like 36 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll say that.
I don't know if I should share this, but what Drew told me during that police escort is that it was going through his mind. He's like, "Man, we're getting all this escort, and we're gonna go down there and we're gonna get beat."
Yeah.
That
Oh yeah,
those
that
were
was
his.
going through all of our minds.
It was going
'Cause,
through
like,
all of your minds, really.
yeah, because like, they don't really see as much snow as we do, so they can just play year round all they want and not have to worry about it. Where up here we don't really have like a indoor soccer play. I mean, the most that we have is umpy, where you can just play in a gym, but that's nowhere near as what they have down there for facilities. I've
Even
seen
though
it on.
even though they had the worst record than you, you definitely thought you were the underdogs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just
Hmm.
because they've been playing longer than we have. Because in I don't know if they had 2 middle school teams where compared to us, we had 2 middle school teams. So we didn't start playing together until high school, where they've been
True.
playing together for who knows how long.
Yeah, true. Good point. And you could
Get
tell. Sorry, go ahead.
finished because I was just gonna continue on.
Well, I was just gonna say you could tell that they were not. They were the quote unquote Cinderella team, according to the
Oh yeah.
announcers. But like from the West, they weren't the 1 seed or whatever. But
Oh, they
like
were the I think they were the 2 seed as well.
yeah, like they had lost four. I think they were 12-4 or something in the regular season. But you could tell that they were a skilled soccer team, a
Oh
well-oiled
yeah, for
machine.
sure. I think what really didn't help, and I don't know if that's helping our team right now in the AMBL, but they were going for playoff mustaches. They ended up every single one of them bleached their hair for the state
Yep.
game. I don't know if
Yep.
that helped them.
We
I don't
we
I
gave
don't think it did though.
yeah. They they look like I can't say what they look like on the podcast, but
No, come on.
and we they look like a bunch of German Nazi soldiers.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. And
Yeah.
and we gave them so much crap. We all laughed at them. The next year, our hockey team does the same thing.
Yeah.
Like
And it's
it
like,
doesn't. It
oh,
looks ridiculous.
it
But
does.
yeah.
A little
Anyway,
bit.
so the actual game, well,
Oh
the
God.
environment was just less than ideal. I hear.
Oh
I was
yeah.
not there,
It
but
wasn't.
I was there.
I don't know how it was in the stands, but on the field it was brutal. I'm gonna say probably one of the coldest games I've ever played in.
It was cold.
oh,
It was
Oh, it
cold.
was cold.
really?
I had two. Yeah, I had the thermal that they gave us, the school they handed out, and those are pretty thick. And then I also had one that I bought from Olympion as well, and I was still freezing.
Jeez.
So, and I was running. Yeah, wind also was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I'm the one that takes free kicks from like half up. Jacob Schoberg took everything behind half. I ended up taking most of the free kicks. Every single one that I was going against the wind, I don't think it even made it across the field completely halfway.
The wind was crazy.
It was,
Was it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, just wait. We'll get to a nice goal that Torrey had with left foot,
Did
and we'll just say the goalie was stupid, and Torrey had a little bit of luck with the wind.
Will, can
While
I
he
ask?
scored.
Do you know how many goals Torrey had in his like varsity soccer career?
It wasn't very many. I know that. I think he only scored the same amount I did actually.
How many is that?
I scored 4.
4. But he chose a great time for one of them.
He
Oh yeah,
did.
he did for sure.
Was his
And
goal the first one, or was it the second one?
his was the first.
It was the first one. Okay.
Yeah. And then we got a scrappy goal, which was the second.
Yep. A lot. The announcer said this right after it happened, right after the winning goal, but a lot had to go right for you guys to win that game.
Oh yeah.
And a
Oh
lot,
yeah, for
like a
sure.
lot of luck, like a lot of things fell into place.
Oh yeah.
Which is just what makes it better. It's just
Yeah.
meant to be.
I think the best part is going to rewatch it on YouTube and going to the end to watch the goal.
Mhm.
And the one that's posted on YouTube is the one of the Freeport announcer. So he's like, Drew
Will,
goes and shoots it, scores, and he's like,
can I
and
stop you
Prescott
for a
just
second?
won.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be an unbiased announcer.
It was
It,
well,
it was supposed to be, but it
FHS.
ended up being
It was supposed to be, but it wasn't.
I don't think the
right.
guy was from Freeport, but I think what I think is that all the information and stuff that they were given was from the media down there. So that all they knew was Freeport's backstory. They had no idea about you guys. Like they had no idea that Prescott had never scored a goal in a state championship, boys or girls, going into that day. They had
Yeah,
no
in the
idea
girls,
about.
actually.
That's just how it works. Like with everything, just there's no representation because the Southern Maine stuff just eats everything up and it gets to people and it made them biased. It really did.
It did. Yeah. Yep.
No
Yeah.
heart in when he said that Prescott won. He had 0 heart saying that.
Yeah.
He immediately said,
he
yeah,
like immediately feels bad for like
yeah.
the other team or whatever. Like, oh, and
And
you
the
probably
incredible
remember.
season for Freeport
Yeah.
has come to an end. Like,
Yeah, like no,
yeah, and yeah,
that's not what
yeah,
you say.
he was.
That's not what you
No,
say.
it's not what you say. You talk about that later,
Right.
not like right after.
And
it
as he's saying that, you can hear the other one for what I think it was WHOU or something like that.
It was NFHS.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
You can hear him in the background screaming, "Drew Cameron!"
Oh wait, so you've heard another one, Will?
There's
there
2
another
different
stream?
videos.
Actually?
There
Oh,
are.
There's 2
actually,
different streams.
I've only ever
I was
heard
thinking
one.
about I only heard
I think
NFHS.
I think the one I'm talking about is the NFHS one, and the one that's posted on YouTube is probably like some random Southern.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought you were
Like,
talking about the video I edited.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Oh, and I actually have the video saved too.
So, Will,
See if I
Anyway.
can-
what was the score of that game again? Like at the half, and then
At the half, it was 0-2.
you guys were down 0-2.
We were down. Yeah.
And what
it
was the
not
end of regulation? What was the score?
2
2-2. Okay.
double overtime?
And yeah, double overtime. Listen to this. I'll tell you, I was in the stands, and there was like the parents from the other team would like follow the goal or whatever. You know what I mean? You know how they do that? So they're closer to like offense or whatever. So like Declan was there, and all game he was yelling at like this one guy. he's like, your beard's weird and stuff like that, and just calling him beardo weirdo and stuff. So like when they scored, like the parents like were like looking at us and like yelling and stuff like that. And so you guys scored when you guys scored one, I was yelling wicked loud and like clapping at them and stuff. And Mr. White was right there, and he's like, don't do that. They were just doing it to us, so we got to return it. I mean, and then you guys ended up tying it, so it felt pretty good.
And
Felt pretty good.
I really wish I could have been there. I wish I did go. I could have.
You could have.
But I never thought about going all the way to Bangor because I didn't really know anyone that was going. Obviously, I didn't know you were going in.
I didn't leave until like. Well, you said the game was at like 7, right?
You weren't there for the girls' game, Ian?
It was.
I didn't leave till like probably 4.
I would have gone to both. I definitely would have gone to both.
I showed up.
But
We didn't end up starting that game until it was completely dark out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was late. It was late getting going. I think wasn't it? Because the
sh-
girls went to overtime.
I didn't end up leaving the field until 10:30.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was on
And
the
then
field.
we all chose to go to Buffalo Wild Wings after.
I was there on the field,
I don't.
and
then
I didn't show up
little
till
known-
like the game started. Right when the game started, I got there.
You were there with Grant, weren't you, or were you just
No.
go alone?
My dad and I went because we had
your
like,
dad?
we had
Oh.
a family thing. I was like, Dad, dude, we gotta
Oh,
go.
Okay.
And so we were in Fort Kent like all day, and then we
Oh, you're in Fort Kent.
yeah,
Jeez.
it's like a long
Ooh.
ways away, and then we
Yeah.
went and we showed up right at game time, and it was well worth the trip.
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Definitely was. Little known fact, though, the team came back to a total power outage in Presque Isle, didn't they? Well,
Yeah, it did happen.
Complete
Just-
power outage.
completely black everywhere. The only light I could see was the backup generator from the bank near my house. Like, it was just eerie.
Didn't you guys go?
Usually when
You
Well,
took
usually
all-
when we come back late from games that are kind of far away, like MDI or something like that, come back late at night, you usually see like street lights because usually Main Street's pretty bright. We were coming back and I didn't even wake up to anything, nothing. I woke up to the bus completely stopped in front of the high school, and that was it.
So no one knew about the power, like, knew that.
But we all
Let's
woke
go.
up because we all fell asleep,
Oh, yeah.
and we were like, we were gonna wake up right from when we were coming in. Like we all knew that we were gonna be where we were just by the street lights and all that. And so we come back, we're all sleeping on the bus, high school, and Greaves comes and he yells at us and like, "Hey, we're here."
That's funny. You guys sucked all the electricity out when Drew scored that goal.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
I think the
crazy.
worst part about it was, I don't know if you remember. Actually, no, I'll get to it as we're continue on with this story.
Can I
Well, go.
can
Yeah,
I say
okay.
something real quick?
Yeah.
I just got to say, absolutely, hats off to Mason for an incredible game. Not going
Oh,
into
yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he was always just like
That's
backup his whole career, and then senior year
That was
placed
his
into the
best game.
starting position, and
For
I
sure.
don't think he could have done any better.
No, he stuffs a lot of damage
Mm-hmm.
that game.
Yeah,
I think,
played a phenomenal game.
like the only game that he actually tried was the Caribou game that we lost, and the one that we tied. Every other game we won by like 4 or 5.
Really?
Oh, so he never really had
So he
to
didn't have
turn it
much.
on.
And yeah, we were in Foxcroft actually, and I don't think the ball came on our half for more than a minute of the entire game. So he's just leaning against the post, just standing there.
He was just saving it all for the state championship game, and I think
Oh, yeah.
it kind of worked.
We
Yeah,
won
it's
that
just-
game 9-0, by the way.
Against Foxcroft.
Man. But man, the first goal, Will, is we were gonna to break it down, weren't we? The Tory goal. How much of a factor the wind was on that?
Oh god, that was second half. I think it was halfway through.
Yeah.
Halfway through second half, that came in. That gave us a nice burst under our feet to like, wow, we actually could like possibly do this.
Yeah.
He kicked it roughly from half. Now, given in mind this is a high schooler, not too bad high school quality. He kicked this left-footed. Given the ball was coming towards him, now if it was stationary, might have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
Left-footed high schoolers are usually average, not above average compared to like their right foot. kicks it
Yeah.
from half, bounces in front of the 18, and we're playing on turf, so we're used to this. And it was raining. Bounced, skips, and the wind just carries it straight in the goal. It didn't bounce. The only time it bounced is when it was in the goal. It just carried straight from that bounce out, like I'd say like 5 yards out of the 18.
That's wild.
Bounces, goalie overplays it, bounces over him, and it goes straight in the goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that right now.
It's pretty insane. Now, I hate to say it, but you like your guys' goals the last one was really
They
good,
weren't
but
the best.
they were like pretty scrappy goals almost, like especially
were,
Kyler's.
yeah.
The
First
the
two
one
were.
the one that Kyler had was just what we like to call garbage goals, where it's just sitting in front of the goal, just
Yeah.
a little toe poke in.
Their goals, on the other hand, were like pretty.
Will Winter scored both of them.
Did he?
Yeah.
A running header.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming diagonally
He just-
across the field, skips that right over his
Yeah,
head
he just
over
skipped
Mason.
it.
That one was honestly, that one was pretty. I'd like
Yeah.
to admit that. That was nice.
Yeah, but the thing about them is they both count the same amount of goals. One's not more than the other. Doesn't matter how pretty the goal is, as long as it's a goal.
Hey, I'm watching the highlight, and it actually the first goal was Kyler's. Yeah. I thought you said the Torrey goal was the first.
Well, yeah, but also that night was also a little bit different too at the same time. So I end up telling Tori and I end up telling the reporter that Tori kicked the ball on that final.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was the one that kicked it. I didn't even remember who kicked the ball until we went and rewatched it. So.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, I remember you like your name wasn't anywhere in the thing.
No,
even though you like set it up, you set the whole thing up.
So I'm like, well, we're sitting in Buffalo Wild Wings. Tori's like, yeah, you're the one that kicked that, aren't you?
But also Tori
I'm
wasn't.
Like, oh yeah.
They didn't even credit Tori for the goal. I don't think his goal that he scored.
No.
They gave it to Connor Michaud.
No, they did. They gave it to Connor Michaud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
That's
let's
funny.
set it up. Let's fit the final goal. Will take me through it start to finish. I know there wasn't like off a throw in or anything, so there wasn't any real starting point. But
what happened was Tori ended up hitting a long ball up. They end up getting it, and then it was just a scrappy play where I end up getting a touchback from Connor Michaud himself, and I'm a couple feet behind half, and I just take it and I just kick it left-footed all the way up to Connor DeMerchant, who ends up ducking because it was going to hit him, and actually skipped it off his head, and the goalie actually came out to play that. He ended up laying on the goalie, and he stayed on the goalie, and just went right over to Drew, who's in the right spot, kicked it right in, top right.
it was crazy how that worked, how that happened with Connor.
Yeah.
The goalie was really aggressive about that because Connor had two defenders around him, didn't he?
Probably one of the most aggressive goalies I've ever seen.
Really? Was he?
Well, I mean, he also didn't learn. Yeah, he didn't learn from what Tori had. I think that's the furthest I've seen a goalie really come out for a ball.
I'm not putting it on the goalie like the last goal, but it was very aggressive.
I wouldn't, but that's a very aggressive play when it's crunch time, very late, double second overtime. So
yeah, it's not really time to take a huge risk in that situation, especially as a goalie. It's time to make sure the ball doesn't go in the net.
Exactly. And maybe he was thinking because you guys were going against the wind, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
That makes it even stupider in my opinion.
I thought the wind was going left to right.
It changed. Yeah, but it changed halfway.
Oh, did it?
Halfway. Yeah, halfway through.
Actually?
Yeah, it did.
So when watching, we at home we thought, oh man, they really got to score in this first overtime because while they have the wind,
we were actually going against the wind on that one.
Really? So it completely
changed. Yeah.
Oh, another moment we can't forget about this game. One of the hallmark moments was the goal, non-goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you for a moment think it was over, Will?
Oh no, because we're immediately we saw that Mason's like almost crying on the ground. We're staring at the line judge, and he has his flag. He's not usually when there's a goal, he'll just raise it up and start waving it. He's pointing directly at the post, saying no goal because they have the uprights for football there. that the ball ended up hitting that coming straight down, which is technically out of bounds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coming back down and hit Mason in the back and went in the goal. They were all cheering and everything, and that
They were
center
dogpiling.
judge, yeah, that center judge
Yeah.
was saying no goal because of the lineman, but they weren't listening, which kind of made it even better and made us want to win more.
Yeah. So
I-
did they?
I
Go
think that was one of the greatest calls a referee could make. Because
Oh, yeah.
you could easily
Oh,
miss that.
yeah.
You could easily
You
miss
could
that.
easily miss that.
Nice little story about that too. We're walking out because we did it like a college game where you start in the middle and you walk out in a line, and then you
Uh-huh.
right before we did that, he asked if we knew who Coach Gordon was. He said, "Yeah, I went and played soccer for him up at Umpy." That
ref?
same line judge that called that ball out of bounds was the one that also
But
played for Alan Gordon at
He
Umpy.
had ties to Presque Isle.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is.
It made it even better.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because any other ref, who knows? Maybe it was too cold and too rainy and too windy, and he'd say, "That's a goal." Didn't see.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
That's a cool
Yeah.
little story there, Will. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah. Did any of the Freeport players dispute that it wasn't a goal, or were they accepting of it? Probably.
It was accepting because there was also which
They
was kind
knew.
of nice. They knew, and we also had replay too, which is kind of nice.
They actually
yeah,
replayed
the
it,
video.
or like,
Well,
But yeah, it's a big game. They're not gonna.
wait, they actually did video review of it. Like,
Oh, they didn't
No.
do video
Oh.
review, but there was an
They-
option if they wanted to.
they could have really.
They could have. Yeah, they're not
Okay.
gonna let.
so you
That's
guys could
funny
have too. Then.
because in basketball you cannot.
Yeah, in basketball you can.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Like, clearly the kid.
And
You know.
we saw a situation, didn't we,
Yeah.
Will?
Oh,
about
yeah.
how that came back to. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess this leads me. Unless you got anything else to say, this leads me right to my rapid fire segment, which has a question about this game. Can I get to that, or
I think so. Will, you think so?
so?
You have more to say?
Oh yeah, I think that's fine.
So-
I'm fine.
So to tie it all together, I guess first rapid fire question might not be rapid, but your favorite memory of the state championship, whether it's a moment, a picture in your mind, just your favorite single
Oh, the
memory.
best moment sprinting over to Greaves. He ends up falling on the ground, and I'm just laying on top of him, hugging him while he's on the ground.
So it's the celebration for you, huh?
Oh yeah, I think it's also one of the few moments that we're gonna see McHugh smile as well. I think it was one of the few moments I've ever seen that man smile. I don't think he
what
even
a
gave.
time
I
to
don't
do
think
it,
he.
too.
I don't think he even gave us a hug. I think he shook our hands. He didn't hug us like everyone else did.
Good win, gentlemen. Good win, gentlemen.
on to next
Sounds
season.
like another Tim Mallory.
Practice tomorrow.
Oh jeez.
That's funny.
Oh jeez, Ricky.
So, Will, does anyone get the assist on that last goal?
That'd be Connor
It'd be Connor, not you.
and me. It'd be well, no, it'd be both of us.
Oh, okay, good.
It kind of works like hockey, where it goes
If
with
it's
that.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next, if we're done talking about the state championship, I'm gonna go to my next one. Your favorite or your least favorite running during practice memory
Oh God,
for any sport.
this is soccer for sure.
Okay.
This was the year before. This is the year that we lost to Urshan. This is also my first year on varsity as well. This will be my junior year.
Okay.
Lost to Urshan Academy, or the day before we lost to Urshan Academy, round 1. He actually kicked the seniors out of practice and made everyone else run a full suicide. Every single
Why?
senior. They weren't leading the team. They weren't doing anything.
So the seniors didn't have to run.
Yeah, they got kicked out of practice.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
everyone
Graves-
else had to
Graves-
run.
Yeah, Greaves told him to go home.
You know what I think that is right there?
That's one of the only times I've ever seen him yell during practice.
I think that's the
I think
moment
I've
that,
ever seen
Really?
him yell.
that might be
Yeah.
a moment that shaped the state championship team.
Yeah, because
it might be.
yeah, because he was like, what changed you guys this year? And we're like, we saw the seniors get kicked out of practice last year, and we're like, we didn't want to be those seniors.
Yeah, that made the seniors that year
If
probably play with
there
more
were-
of a like leadership and like let's win every
When it
game
came down to
mentality.
playoffs, we were trying to lead that team as hard as we could because we didn't want to get kicked out of practice because we remembered exactly what happened the year before.
If there were a documentary put together of the 2018, say all these moments were captured of the 2018 state championship, that would be on there
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
for sure. That'd be the beginning of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2017
That is definitely the beginning.
playoffs.
Couple
Before
times
playoff game.
couple times in those years they had lost. They were the 1 seed, right? And they had lost to the 8 seed in the quarters. And
Pretty sure.
this year you were the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And a lot of you wanted to play Caribou, right? In the regional.
Oh, we wanted to play them so bad just because we wanted to get back at them for using on their turf, and
Ricky,
we never liked it.
I don't know if you were at the game before that, but the student section we were chanting "We want Caribou" because we knew the boys on the field wanted Caribou.
I
We
wasn't
wanted them
there.
so
We knew
bad.
that. Yeah, so we were chanting "We want Caribou" and then someone there was like, "Guys, don't do that." And we're like, "Bro, they said they wanted Caribou. We're just trying to get them hyped up a little bit, get them hyped up." And then ended up Caribou losing, so not even making it. Do you know how electric that would be though? Like that would have been the semifinal, right?
That would have been the regional final.
The regional.
Yeah.
So like winner goes. You know how electric that would be? Caribou Presque Isle.
It would have been
regional
in
final.
Caribou. It would have been in Caribou though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still gonna be
Higher
electric.
seed.
That's still electric.
But
though.
yeah, that would have been crazy.
I think what kind of really helped us to win the finals was Christian Academy's best player got a red card during the Caribou game. In NPA rules, you're suspended 1 game,
Wow.
and then whatever the school has after.
Wow.
Their two best players are from Jamaica.
Wow.
You don't have
So
any
you
players
guys-
from Jamaica,
All county boys.
right?
You beat them 2-1, right? So it was a
Yeah.
pretty close game.
For the last 15 minutes, it was just on our half the entire time. What we ended up running was a 4-4-1, 4 defensemen,
Wow.
another 4 midfielders, and then 1 striker. And we called that parking the bus.
So
Then
you were just basically you were killing like a power play kind of like in hockey.
Yeah, basically. And then any free kick they had, we had a play called Jackson, which is one of Greaves'
Kids.
sons, his oldest son. His name is
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yep.
And it'd be like, yo, Jackson, go get this. You got this header. But obviously I don't know who Jackson is. And so what that means is we'll be on the 18, we'll hold 18. Right before he starts kicking it, everyone will sprint forwards, bring that so-called line of scrimmage up, so that way they're all offsides. And so that means they have to come back too.
Nice.
Usually
wow,
they're not expecting
genius.
that, and they're trying to go with us because we're backpedaling.
I like that.
That's absolutely genius.
So
Friggin'
they're technically
Joe
not
Brees,
offsides until
Bill
that ball.
Belichick.
Yeah. That's like a Bill Belichick kind of play.
Yeah,
Mhm. Wow.
that's cool. Well, that's all I got pretty much. Because it was more of a last minute rapid fire segment. But thank you, Will, for sharing your soccer stories. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
A
that was
lot of
great.
stuff I didn't know.
Me too. Learned a few
The
things. tonight.
insides.
Learned.
Does that take us to trivia?
It might. It might just do that. It could, Ricky. You want me to go first? Sure. Okay, I can go first then. What year were the New England Patriots founded?
1960.
Damn, I knew that was gonna be too easy for you, Ricky.
Oh,
No hesitation on that one.
No, that's
layup.
It's on Bill Belichick's hoodies a lot. Established 1960.
Oh,
So-
I didn't even know that. Stumped you.
They were
Almost
one of
stumped you.
I think they were one of the original AFC teams
But they might have been. They might have
or
been.
AFL teams.
They might have
Anyway, so that's all you got. My question is, this one could be a layup for you too. Should name the 3 Hall of Fame pitchers from the 1995 World Series winning Atlanta Braves. Mostly the whole 90s, these guys were on the same team in the same rotation.
been. Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, and Tom Glavine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Couple
pretty easy
layups
trivia. Pretty easy trivia tonight.
Well, I mean, I got
Pretty
one.
quick.
I got one off the top of my head for
What?
both of you. I don't know if it's gonna be a layup because you guys don't really know soccer. Okay. National soccer teams, the ones that go and play for the FIFA World Cup, get gold medals and all that.
Right, Olympics.
Notice over their logos, there's stuff that's around them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what those are?
Stars.
They're stars.
Shields.
Yes.
Stars.
Oh.
What are the stars represent?
Gold medals in championships.
Yes. You know how
Really?
many the women? Do you know how many the women's have?
7.
Oh, that's actually way too many. No.
4.
Yeah. They just got 4.
Wow.
Oh, so you're talking about the U.S. national team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you know how many the men have?
I do, so I'll let Ricky guess this one
How do you know, Ian?
because it's really easy.
Yeah, it is.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have two different shirts. One has 0 stars around the patch, and the other one has 4.
Women winning gold medals.
State
Yeah.
championship.
Well, we got
That's a touchy subject. Let's just not talk about that. That's very touchy.
No.
Will got us in the mood. World championships, gold medals, championships. That's what we're talking about. The women's
State
U.S.
championships.
women's.
How many
Let's not
how
talk
many
about-
stars would Presque Isle have? 1, but it's a bright one. Right?
The ball that's even making in the gym is bronze. It's not even gold.
Really?
That's bull crap.
Yeah.
The one
It's
with
not
your
even a
guys'
gold ball. Yeah, it's not even gold. It's more
black.
bronze and copper.
The sign, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like gold.
Yeah.
Jeez. Ricky, I was kind of thinking, have we ever talked about my half court shot on the podcast before?
No, we haven't. Do we save that, or do we want to say it right now?
I don't know who we'd have to have on for it, because I know Will was in the locker room. That's what made me think of it. And when Will
Okay.
said,
Well, so let's just talk. Let's do it right now.
Okay.
Story time segment. Story
Pause.
time.
Do you think
What?
this could be a good preview for the Instagram since we have the actual video of it?
Oh, it could be perfect.
It could be perfect. Let's
Unless there's been funnier moments, but
there's just been real moments today, I think, about Will's state championship.
yeah,
Nothing
true.
too fun.
Anyway, so I'll set it up by giving the people the backstory.
Yeah.
All season, this was the 2018 to 2019.
No,
basketball
not all season. Remember, I only started about halfway through.
Okay, most of the season, half of the season, whatever. Every single home game. Well, for those of you who don't know, Presque Isle, if they have a doubleheader, the second half, the halftime of the second game, the boys' game, they do a half court shot for a substantial amount of money. I believe the pot was over 1,000.
I think it's like 600.
I thought by the time you got it, it was over 1,000.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. And Ian would buy the maximum of the 50-50 tickets to win this half-court shot over and over and over again. Every time a 10-year-old kid wins it because they bought like 100 tickets and the kid can't even get it there. Every single time. Same story over and over. I think we saw the same person go twice before and it was like, it's not meant to be. Ian will never win. To the last regular season game.
Nope.
Ian doesn't win.
Oh, right.
But then we get blessed by the boys getting the 8 seed.
Home
They got to host
prelim.
a home prelim.
Yes.
And so he had one more chance in this boys prelim. And sure enough, the moment comes where the number's called and Ian's like, I got it. And we're like, no, you don't. You're kidding. And Ian already is walking to the table. We're
Hey,
like,
hold on first. I had my jacket
has
on.
it.
Unzip my jacket. Toss it on
That's
like Mitchell
right,
or
you
something. Toss it on
you
Mitchell.
He just stood up. We were like, no, he doesn't.
And dude, this is like the biggest student section all year too. So it's
It's a boys prelim.
Yeah, it's like the crowd is full, like the gym's full, and it's like this is my moment. Also, I think there's honestly, I hate to say it, but there's a little bit of controversy in there. I believe. You know why?
Controversy?
Yep. You know why? When I went up, the person in front of me got like one set of tickets, and I got like the same set of tickets, and then like a different looking ticket, but they weren't out of the other tickets. I'm not trying to say they rigged it for me, but I mean the evidence is there. The evidence is somewhat there.
I'm just gonna say,
Where'd you buy 'em from, Ian?
What? Not your
Where'd you
mom.
buy 'em from?
Not your mom. If it was your mom, that would definitely make me think maybe.
Was there someone else?
Was it-
I can't remember.
With the
I just
last
know.
name of Dumas.
No, not. I don't. I
No?
remember it wasn't
Okay.
those two. That's what I remember.
Okay.
So I
We're
know.
good.
It's probably
It's not
not
rigged.
rigged, but I just that always comes back to me like something's fishy. But yeah, I mean, like, what are the odds, right? What are the odds I get
On the last chance
like,
you would ever get.
chance? Like, I think it's over. We get another chance. We get another chance, and it happens. The band's there. The band doesn't go to every game, but playoff game. So the
Of
band's
course,
there,
they're gonna be there. Yeah.
and so everyone's like, we're like, usually it's like no one cares. It's a little kid, but we're like, no, we got a student now. This is serious, right? That we
and
get
just
this with an actual
the-
chance.
The legend of you doing it had been going all season long.
Yeah, and I was
like,
I'm
you
pretty
were
sure
the
I was
one that
saying like
really-
it's gonna
you
happen
were-
on the last game.
You were
saying it.
practicing in gym class. You were
Yeah.
saying how you'd made like 3 in a row one time, I think,
Mhm.
or whatever it was,
Yeah,
and you
And-
had it down, and it's
and it was like that. It was like an electric game too. So like the energy in the gym was pretty good. So it's like everything was like this is my moment, right? This is my
Yep.
moment.
this
and
is
so
it's
I
the stars
go
are
up,
aligning.
I go up, I miss the free throw, which I thinking to myself at that
Was-
point, good. I need to miss that. What are the odds I make 2 shots in a row, right? One's at a free throw, one's at a half court. What's the odds I make a half
It doesn't
court?
make any
Or
sense.
what's the odds I make a free throw in a half court in a row, right? Low, slim. The last time I shot it,
Come on.
and listen to this. The last time, the year before when I shot it, what happened? Made the free throw, missed the half court shot. So
I didn't
now,
know you shot. I didn't know
I
you
don't
shot
think
it the year
that'll be-
before.
so
I
right
didn't know
now,
you.
I'm feeling good.
I didn't know you shot the year before.
I missed the free throw,
A free throw has
but
to
I'm
be
feeling
a
good,
half-court
right?
shot.
I'm feeling great. I missed the free throw, but confidence.
Did
I
you
have
did you
confidence.
take the free throw on the opposite basket that you ended up shooting at?
I don't think I did. I
Is
might
the
have.
same basket?
I can't
I
remember.
don't remember either.
I think I
'Cause I
think I
thought-
might have taken my free throw on the same basket because I had to do it in front of the
I
students, in front
thought
of
you
front of my
turned
people.
around. I thought you turned around and went right into it.
Nope,
Like,
I
was
didn't.
it-
because I
'Cause-
remember I shot the half court, took my time thinking
Really?
about it, walking back to the half court from the hoop I just had
Oh.
shot on. I did a little dribble between the legs, the in signature, and then
Because the video that I
thinking, right? I'm thinking that gotta make this. Ricky, what about the video?
the video that I had, I barely started recording. Like barely. Like you had almost let go of the ball. It's like a 2-second video. You had almost let go of the ball when I started recording.
Okay,
Cause like I almost missed it. As in, I thought you went too quick
right,
for
but
me. But
I was just,
Anyway,
you just
I
gotta
was
go
just-
for it. And so here we go. We missed the free throw. We're on our way to half court. Right, we're on our way to half
court
court.
heaven.
I talked to Will about it after. I believe Will said something like they kind of knew it was like a student that got it because people got pretty
'cause,
loud.
Like, we're in the locker room and we hear the number get called over the intercom, and we just hear the student crowd screaming and going in nuts.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, someone from the student section got it."
Yeah.
So we're just in there, and then couple like not even a minute later, it's just going nuts. Like, what just happened?
Yeah. So, and what happens?
Do you hear, at this point, Ian? Do you hear the drum roll?
I hear you're making this, Ian. You got to make this. Your career's riding on this. And so here we go. We're going to take the shot. It's in the air and it looks great. It can't look any better. Right? I don't think it can. And it's traveling. I'm thinking to myself, did I? Oh my God, did I? That's going in. And then clank off the back of the rim. Off the very back of the rim. You can't get any closer to making it without making it. You cannot
It was
get any
right
closer.
online.
It
It
was
was right online.
everything about that shot was perfect. It just, I don't know how you're supposed to like calculate power of shots, but I did like an inch of power too much or a centimeter of too much power.
I'm trying to see. It didn't even hit the top flat part of it. It hit the corner and just
Right.
didn't get the bounce you needed.
Yeah, it hit like rim, not it hit like rim. If you were to just get a circle
Not
of the
iron.
rim, no,
Yeah.
nothing else, just a circle, nothing holding it, just a floating circle, only
Mhm.
rim, no rectangle, no nothing, just circle rim. It hit the very back of the rim and bounced out, came right back to me, I think, and I'm just
Blank.
bounce pass over to the person who gave me the ball, and I'm on my way.
Get your T-shirt and
Nope,
out
I
of
missed
there.
the free throw.
Oh, I
Let me
thought the
get the
T-shirt
T-shirt.
came. I thought the T-shirt came no matter what.
No, it comes with the free throw.
Must have
You
been
make the free
an
throw
old
along
tradition.
with Wildcat Bucks. But I do have a
So-
T-shirt. I do have a T-shirt. I do because I made the free throw once.
Oh right.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it is, and they just maybe I just turned it down since I already had one or
What
something.
a
I don't
story.
know. I can't remember.
What a story, huh?
Yeah, great story, and I can't believe we haven't talked about that before. But that, yeah, what a story.
Just watching from the band, being basically on the baseline, seeing the hoop, and just thinking, "Oh, that's got a pretty darn good chance." I had actually thought you did it. I actually,
Me
at
too.
one point, while the ball was in the air, I thought that that's going in.
You might have even
And
said
normally, when you think that, it ends up going in because you
Right.
have an intuition that it's gonna go in.
that. That's
Not that time.
you seriously cannot get any closer than I got. You can't.
Nope,
It's
you can't.
impossible. Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, even more, like, less than the money. I just want to know, like, if that gym would have erupted if I made that shot. You know what I mean?
Would've.
Like how?
Oh, you bet it would have.
What about what if that gym got like insanely loud? Like, would have that given the boys like more motivation to win that game, or like would have that just got the crowd on another level? Would have I been basically a part of the team? Like, would have they
It
asked
would've
me
just-
to come with the team to the tournament? Seriously, like, who knows? Who knows?
It would have enhanced the entire experience.
Yeah,
Were you
it
there
would've.
Making that
for
shot.
were you there for David Kofstad's
I
when
was
he
not.
made his?
I was.
I wasn't there for that one. I don't think.
Oh my lord, that gym was so loud.
Yeah.
And that was a regular season game.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
even
wasn't even
full.
like playoffs at all. I don't think we had the student section was probably half the size. What
Yeah.
it was.
I think David was the last person to make it
He was. Yeah.
at that point when
That's-
I think someone made it the next season, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but at that point in that season where Ian was shooting it, the last person to make it was David.
And that's why I
And so
waited
the
half
pot
the year.
was very large.
Exactly. No, it wasn't that large. His pot was like
I thought-
$1,000.
I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, but it had reset and it carried over, and that was a couple seasons before.
No, that was only
so
the season before. That was one season
it was
before.
just the
That's
season
why I
before?
waited
I thought it was
half the
27.
year. That's why I waited half the year.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
Wow.
what a great story.
It was.
um,
I can't believe we haven't talked about it.
I wish we could end the podcast there, but I think we do need to.
We got a
Tell
lot to
people-
talk about still.
We can be brief.
We
I
can be
mean
brief.
that
We can be brief.
the Aroostook men's baseball, the Aroostook World Series,
Yeah, somewhat.
Game 1 is tomorrow,
night or tonight if you're listening on Tuesday,
Tuesday night, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Game 1. Thursday, 6 p.m. Game 2.
Yeah.
Saturday, if necessary, 12 p.m. between the Pine Cones and the Mavericks. Who else?
The Ricky, the Will and Ian, the matchup. Can you believe it? Can
Ricky's
you
going to
believe
be
it?
on the bump game 1. Ian's going to be on the bump game 1.
Yep.
Oh,
You're
all-
going to want to come out and watch that one for sure.
All three of us are playing in that game.
Yes.
It's going to be absolutely electric.
In the series.
The feeling,
You should-
the
you should say in
build up
series.
that after all we've been through, playing pickup last year during a pandemic,
Mhm.
lucky we even get to do that, to now playing for a championship after we graduated high school.
And,
Never thinking we'd play organized baseball again.
and I hate to say it, but we split up our team, and like both of our teams kind of, you can almost say our teams, but one of them,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it's somewhat like the Mavericks are still feel like kind of my team because like those are the guys that we played with, some of the guys we played with last year and stuff, you know, on the team, and some of the guys we were supposed to play with this year, but didn't really work out, so we had to split them up. And it's kind of like just our two teams going to be going at it.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm thankful for the opportunity to compete. And you know that we're playing against each other, and
Mhm.
we're gonna do everything we can to win.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're gonna do everything we can to win because that's what it's all about. And in the end, whoever comes out victorious, we're gonna tip our caps to the other and say we've been a great season.
Exactly. And before we go on, I do have something else I want to say. If you guys are done with the AMBL, but I still got something about the AMBL first. I got to say, Ricky was there umping the game. I got a Chance Bragan with an absolute electric walk-off home run in the first game of the first round.
You couldn't script it any better.
No,
I don't think.
Yeah,
if you'd have wrote it into a movie.
If you knew all the situation and stuff, if you knew the whole situation and everything that's going on, probably not something that we should talk about here. But
we really can't. I know we can't talk about it.
I mean, out of respect, let's just respect the parties involved, and let's just say Chance Bragan with a beautiful electric home run, walk-off one.
It was must-see TV. I'll just say that. As the umpire, I showed absolutely no emotion in that because of all that had transpired in that game.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make what look happy by any means.
Mm-hmm.
But
you were kind of happy.
I know. I'm not saying it was happy either. I really had no emotion. The emotion I mostly had was relief. It was like, okay, this game's over.
Yeah, really. I think we all had that relief.
Okay.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Everyone did.
Okay, nothing else is gonna happen tonight. Nothing else crazy is gonna happen.
Nothing else happened really. Just business happened. That's it. By one side.
Anyway, a good series that was between the Pine Cones and the Cardinals.
Yes, it was
a great playoff series. Really, it was taken care. It was taken care of in 2 games, but it could have gone all 3 for sure.
It was, yeah. We won both the games, but it definitely wasn't easy. And the Cardinals were right there. Even though we won both, Cardinals could have easily won both.
They were very game for facing Saul on the mound. More game than I expected them to be. They really ran with them in that first game. It was good baseball.
It was
great baseball.
Yep.
And that's what we're hoping for more of in this championship series.
Exactly. Well, is that all you have for AMBL, guys?
Other than to come out and watch us, please.
Yeah, the championship.
Listening.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a championship. They got no excuses.
Exactly.
Come on, Sincock Field, Caribou, Maine.
Exactly.
6, and 12, Tuesday,
6,
Thursday,
6,
Saturday.
Yep. Well, I guess I got something to say then. I got an announcement to make.
Yep.
Frank Nunez has been added. I don't know if I even said this yet. I might have said this last week, but I'm going to say it again if I did. Frank Nunez has been added to the Fantasy Football League. Our Fantasy Football League. I might have said that already. But
I don't know if you did. I don't think you did.
Maybe not. But Frank Nunez is not the only thing that has been added to the league. It's time for an official announcement.
Is this the secret that you've been withholding for months? Maybe. It is?
It might be.
Okay. Oh my word, just tell me if it is or it isn't. Okay. Something's in your hand.
Officially have
Is it
a trophy to pass around.
What is it? What does it say?
It's the Kanu Pokali. And I'll give you a little bit of backstory on the name.
Yeah, please.
The is English. Everyone knows that. It's our native language. And Kanu and Pokali are both Finnish, like the language Finnish, right?
Finland, yeah.
Finnish. And because the goal of the season is to finish with the trophy, right? You want to finish with the trophy.
And
so how the trophy's going to work, champion gets it, they give it back draft night
Stanley
or
Cup.
week 1.
Yep.
They give it back to the commissioner, right?
So,
and Kanu,
one of those words.
Kanu has significance, in my opinion, to anybody who graduated from Prescott High School, which is everyone but one, I believe. Which Kanu
in a league,
means jug, because in high school you compete for the jug. So that's carrying it on.
Stupid jug.
Carrying it on in a way that's not like the same, different word for it, And then Pokali means trophy, and I just think it sounds kind of cool together.
It's the jug trophy, basically.
Yeah. And it kind of sounds cool together, right?
That's cool. Yeah.
The Kanu Pokali.
Well done, Ian.
You like
well
that?
Done with
you
that.
like that, Ricky?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I remember when I asked what the secret you were withholding was, you pointed to your Gatorade.
Yes, I did.
Correct?
I did. Yeah. Gatorade.
So the jug is something that holds liquid. water. Boom. There's
Yep.
a connection. So this is
Yep.
the long withheld secret.
Yep.
Well done, Ian. Well done.
And I'll post some pictures on our fantasy football Instagram tomorrow of the picture or of the trophy, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll do that.
Awesome.
I'll do that.
Thank you for the announcement.
You're welcome. It's about time with fantasy
think that-
season starting soon.
I think that is a good way to end this episode. No?
I believe it is, Ricky. I believe it
is.
is. Will? Yeah,
It's-
Will?
It's been a great episode, I think, Will.
Yeah. Yeah, and real quick again, shout out Frank Nunez. We're looking at an hour and 15 right now. He wanted
Frank
over an hour.
He requested for over an hour.
So you got it.
No, with the late night start, I don't know if I was hoping it would be less than an hour, but
Me too, but some things
it's
just happened.
flown by, and it's just been great. It's been great stories from Will. Just
Yep.
some good stuff.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of a sports podcast. It was a great one. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Come out and see the Rustic Men's Baseball League Championship. We'll see you next week on a sports podcast.